Blackstone Audio presents Sacrifice, A Celtic Adventure by Philip Freeman. This book is read by Fiona Hardingham. Mackenzie. Chapter 1.
No, Deirdre. You don't add the wine until after you stir in the fish sauce. Grandmother, I have been cooking this dish for 20 years. I think I know by now when to add the sauce. And besides, you're the one who taught me how to make it. Well, then I didn't do a very good job, because you're supposed to put the wine in last, or it'll boil off, and you'll lose the flavour.
My grandmother and I were in her hut near Brigid's monastery, cooking a special May Day dinner for Father Alba, Dari, and two of grandmother's druid friends. It was not going well. Early that morning I had taken a loin of pork from her smokehouse and simmered it in an iron pot with bay leaves, peppercorns, celery, and a spoonful of honey. Grandmother had hovered over me the whole time, making sure I didn't cook the pork too quickly. After an hour, I took the pot off the hook over the fireplace and set it aside to cool. Meanwhile, my grandmother was making the dessert, a plum custard flavoured with cumin and raisin wine. Alba and the rest will be here any minute. Deirdre, make yourself useful and fetch a jug of wine from the well-house. But be careful not to break it. This Gaulish pottery is so fragile, not like the solid Roman stuff from the old days. Grandmother, I'm not 5 years old anymore. I won't break the wine jar or ruin the dinner. She waved me away as she stirred the custard. I stomped out the front door and went down the path to the small stone hut near the well. I grabbed a jar of wine from the back of the cool, damp building and made a point of banging it against the side of the door as I left. As much as I loved my grandmother, and was grateful to her for raising me after my mother died, there were times when she made me want to scream. "How's the dinner coming?" I turned toward the familiar woman's voice and saw Dari and Father Alba coming up the path that stretched through the woods back to the monastery at Kildare. Dari was holding Father Alba's arm to steady him on the rocky path. She held a bundle of yellow buttercups in her other hand. "A gift for your grandmother," she said. "I wish you would have let us bring some food to help with the dinner, but at least these should brighten the table." Dari wore a typical bright smile on her face. I was always amazed that she managed to look so cheerful, and that her long blonde hair always seemed in place. My own dark red hair was frazzled, and generally looked like I had just been caught in a windstorm. "Dari, be glad you didn't bring anything to eat. Nothing would be good enough."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?